Arizona Trail. 4th year of doing this section stuff. I'm at the Gila River, right outside of Kearny by the Kelvin Bridge. And I just started walking down Centennial Lane here. And this is going to follow the Gila River for a little bit. You can see the spring has sprung. We have leaves on the trees. Everything's fresh and green. And the snakes are out, I'm sure. Alright, so let's go.
Good morning now.
Okay, checking in. It's about noon. It's 78 degrees out here. And my my far out app for my navigation just couldn't find my location, so I had to compare things with where I was with my Garmin and kind of go between the two and figure out where I'm at. So it's slowed me down a bit. I'm about 6 or 7 miles from where I want to be tonight. Puts me at about 10, 11 miles in right now. Been a little bit of a breeze out here, which has been kind of nice. Saw one other hiker today and one jogger. The trail's a bit of a tease because you see all the trees down by the Gila River and you're thinking, oh, shade, that'd be nice. The kind of trail kind of takes you there, then zooms back in, takes you up in the hills and up and back and back. It never ended up down by the trees. And I'm about, I think, to get into a kind of a lower part. Just right up here is the low elevation, the lowest elevation of the AZT. I imagine it's a little bit of a downhill thing, but a lot of up and down over these valleys and into these gullies and up and down, you know, all day today. Typical aches and pains on my first day out. Carrying more weight than I'm used to, going longer distances than I'm used to, over terrain that I'm not used to. So the typical stuff, you know. I'll wear myself in here the next 2 or 3 days, and after that it should be fine. But taking lots of breaks. Just had a couple snacks, drank a little water, got some electrolytes in me. Well, here's camp for the night. The ground was too hard to put stakes in the ground, so you have to pile up rocks in a certain way on these corners so your tent doesn't blow away. So today was a hard day. You know that you've worked too hard when you get to camp at night and you don't have an appetite. That's kind of how I am right now. I'm trying to choke down dinner, but there really wasn't any good options other than to do what I did today. There's no water sources from where I started until here, and this is about 16 and a half miles into the hike. So I stopped at the Gila and I got some water at the towards the end of the day, and then I hiked up about a half mile to get to this spot here. That was a nice view. I'll show you in a few minutes here. But I sat down by the Gila for quite a while, for like an hour and a half maybe, before I came up here. Just a lot of heat. I don't think it was necessarily physically demanding. It was probably in the lower to mid 80s. I felt good for about half the day, but in the afternoon it started getting really hot. So kind of sucked all the juice out of me. So I'm gonna finish my meal here and get ready for bed and try to get a good night's sleep. See you tomorrow. Okay, day 2. Beautiful morning. It's got to be mid 50s, maybe 60 degrees out. I didn't check, but feels real good. I'm going to try to get in as much miles as I can while it's still cool, because yesterday was quite a steamer. Alright, got enough water to carry me on, and my next water source is about 10 miles away, 9 miles away. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Those nasty things, and they just keep breaking on me. They're 300 pounds. So I got tired of that. These are heavier than the
Dirty girl.
Dirty girls. But you know, I've had these on there for several hundred miles now. So
Yeah, we're like the only one. Here, I'll take them.
No, I see beer there. I just saw a bunch of flies floating in the water. Well, here we are at the water tank, a very highly coveted feature of this part of the trail. So from here all the way to Superior, it's downhill, kinda, mostly, like 12 miles or so. I put in about nine and a half or so today already. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave here and I'm gonna go north, and if I make it there, great. I'll make a decision at that point what I want to do. But really, I think in either case, I'll just bump up and camp near the trailhead. I don't plan on going to the town. I don't really need anything. Some might argue that I need a shower. Where is he? So when you take a rest out here, you just gotta be careful wherever you're gonna sit, because there's probably a thorn there of some sort. Something that'll pick you. There's lots of washes here. That's where I'm sitting right now. There's a shade from, you know, the cliff, the side of the wash, and a little bit of a breeze coming through here, so it feels good. So I thought, David's gonna take a break. Yeah, so I only have to do like maybe 8 miles of this to kind of stay on schedule. That's why I'm kind of taking my time. It's about 2 o'clock now, a little after 2. And I'm almost halfway to where I really need to be tonight. So there's no use in me walking in the heat. So taking breaks often is just not a bad idea. I saw my first rattler. How awesome is that? You know, the rattle didn't sound like what I would identify as a rattlesnake. It's kind of a higher pitch. It was almost like pressure being released from a container or something. It was just a higher pitch. And so my brain just went into oversensory thinking, what is this? Is it a water leak? What's going on? And then I realized that could be a rattler. so I backed up. I took a few more quick steps and I backed up a little bit. And I saw him down in the bushes there. Probably maybe 3 or 4 foot rattlers. Enough to wake you up for sure. You know, you just gotta watch around here. Sometimes you see them on the trail. Sometimes they're just sitting in the grasses alongside the trail. And you just never know. And they're very sensitive to vibrations. That's when they usually warn you. They'll rattle when they feel the vibrations of your feet on the trail. But this one, I was right next to him. He couldn't have been more than a couple of feet from me. Certainly within striking distance. Okay, let me finish up my snacks here. Then I'm gonna hit the trail again. Okay, camp for the night. Okay, so today was closer to 18 miles. Most of the folks I was with today were going to go to the picket post trailhead, which is still another 4 miles ahead, but I had enough for the day. They were all going into town. They were going to stay there, rent a hotel or something, I don't know. But I don't need to do that. So, that's fine. There was another couple here. Looks like a dad-daughter kind of thing. They were just doing some hiking for a couple days out here. You can see the view that I have tonight. Pretty spectacular, right? That's Picket Post Mountain there. I guess there's a trail that goes to the top of that thing. I ain't got time for that, but if I did, it might be something I would consider. So the water carry today was insane. What I carry, 1.5, 2.5, 3, I'll just say about 4.5 liters that I took out of the rain collector. I just didn't know where I was going to stay tonight, and if I was going to stay here, I would need some more water for dinner and then for morning. If I was going to stay at the Picket Post Trailhead, they have water there. Volunteers bring water jugs out for hikers, so I hear that there's a few gallons over there. So, but I knew it was going to be, you know, well, it was going to be like a 21-mile day, and I just didn't feel like I had that in me for the second day. Learned my lesson from a few years ago. Don't push yourself too hard in the beginning. So, and this is hard enough. 17, 18 miles. It's mostly because of the water situation. You know, it's been dry here. These guys started hiking this trail a month ago, and they haven't seen a drop of rain in a month. So maybe the next few days, as we get up into the wilderness area up here, up in the mountains, that we'll see a little bit more than that. Anyway, the whole state's been pretty dry, so we'll see. I'll keep an eye on my Far Out app to see where the water is. If it looks like it's going to be dry all day tomorrow, I will just, you know, I'll camel up there at the Picket Post Trailhead. The last of my water is being filtered here. A little over 2 liters to start the day tomorrow, which is plenty because I just got 4 miles to the trailhead, and that'll be enough for breakfast and to get me over to the trailhead. So, okay, so that's it. Had a great day. The scenery was spectacular. It's you know, it's typical southwestern, you know, quintessential scenery that we walked through today. So that was not disappointing, even a little. Pretty impressive. So, all right, so that's it. I'm gonna do the last couple chores here, and then I'm gonna crawl in the sack and call it a day. All right, tomorrow. Stay tuned. Hey, this is David on Earth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And go to the website for some deals on gear. All right, see you on the trail.